Look at that. Look how dirty that is. So that's why we got that smoke coming out. Alright, so the oil filter is not that bad. Considering the way the nozzle looked, I would have thought this filter would have been a lot worse, but it's not terrible. But we're still gonna change it, obviously. Alright, so you can see some of the gunk inside the blast tube. So we're gonna open up the chamber compartment. We're gonna see what the inside of that box looks like, and then we're gonna take the top off the boiler and take a look inside the flute pipe and inside the top of the boiler.
Hey, no.
Alright, so now that's nice and clean, and I feel more confident putting that new filter on there. You can see all that dirt and shit that I got out of there when I cleaned it. I like to put a little bit of oil on the gasket just so that way it doesn't stick on there and make it hard for when you have to take it out. Always want to make sure that you change the gasket for the bleeder screw and the gasket for the main screw also. I want to be careful not to over tighten this and crack it. You see how dirty that shit is inside? Remember, the CAD cell can't see the flame. It won't, the boiler won't stay lit. So you always want to make sure that the inside of this burner blast tube is clean. So this is something you never do. So now I can't get to these two screws here to change out this strainer. I have no wiggle room. I can't even, usually I use this to get into tight spots like this, but I can't even fit this in there. Now, what I can do is I can open this burner chamber just up a little bit because I have some slack. So I'm gonna have to open the chamber door to be able to pull the burner out in order to get to these two screws, which is a pain in the ass. So I'm not gonna disconnect the oil line, right? There's enough slack in here that I can open the door just a hair that I can get these two screws, right? But I gotta be careful because I don't wanna mess up the line, right? So that's all I need right there. That nozzle looked, I would have thought that this would have been completely caked up. I mean, it's dirty. Definitely hasn't been changed in a while. but it's not as bad as I thought. So we're gonna go ahead and replace the strainer, and we're also gonna replace this gasket that is completely fucked. Which means that we're gonna have to scrape this gasket off. All right, so I took the screws out from the lid. I'm gonna take the screws out for the flue pipe and remove it. Would you take a look at that? Holy shit. All right, so everything's back on and connected. I bled the oil out. I bled the pump out. So now I'm going to use the combustion analyzer set for fuel oil number 2. And we're going to check the efficiency on this thing now that it's clean.